Morning, guys. I will take some screenshots and upload the prices of Shoebox Central versus what I found. I found these on Amazon. It's a 5/16 24 fine. And don't forget, you're going to need a couple of nuts for the back side of that on that bottom hinge on the inside. But I found those on Amazon. I got 25 of them for under $18. Shoebox Central wants $35, $34.99 plus $10.49 shipping, I believe, or $10.99 shipping. So I went with the Allen head in case I ever have to drill them out again. It'll be easier to drill these out than it would be to try to drill out that Phillips head. But I do believe you can get them in the Allen, straight, Phillips, and Torx. It's just whatever you prefer. That beveled head, these are 3/4 long, I believe. Yeah, they're 3/4 long, enough to go through the hinge into the body, and they do work. There are options. So if you are trying to rebuild your hinges, good luck. I'll get those prices screenshotted now. All right, y'all. Moment of truth. It did work. I didn't get the last one right there. That was my last one. It dinked up a couple of screws, so I should have chased all these threads with a tap and made it a little easier. But hey, I'm okay with one that didn't go in. Now, if y'all recall, that is the one that broke, and I had to put an ear on it, and the door had been opened and closed, and the door fell, and that hinge was just a complete mess. I straightened it up the best I could between looking at that one with it open and looking at how this one closed and what the gap looked like. But you know what? I'm not building a show car. I'm not looking for awards and trophies. I'm going to drive this thing. This is my summer cruiser. Gap's a little off right there, but you know what? I don't care. I will dink around with it later. Maybe I can push it down or something and somehow kind of... It's that lower hinge. I know it's that lower hinge because that's the one that was all twisted out of shape because the top pin was completely gone. You open the door just a little bit and the whole thing would fall off. But that bottom hinge never gave. I had to pry it off, so I bent it with my little pry bar. So I know it's the problem. We'll just see what we can do at a later date. Right now the door is on, it closes. I'm happy. But there you go. We got them rascals rebuilt with a 5/16 rod. Cold rolled rod from farm store. So it is possible you can rebuild them. If you rebuild it, it will work. I think that closes pretty good. Looks really good. I think might be able to, now that I know what's going on, might be able to support that door and take that hinge out and maybe put it in the vise and flatten it a little bit more or something. But that's all for a later day. Today's just getting stuff back on. I've got to finish the rear end. I got that 8.8 over there. And then I also have a Maverick rear end, an 8-inch that is supposed to fit these perfectly. You just got to drill out the hole a little bit where the plate goes down around the axle tube, but I'm not going to use it. Getting closer. I got 2 axles to buy. Get the axles in. Get the hangers. I've got the perches already. I've already changed the shocks on the car. So now we just got to get axles and those hangers. And I can get this rear end swapped and get it set in there and get my angle right on the rear end, which reminds me, if you're going to swap rear ends like an 8.8 and you're going to stay with the leaf springs, there's plenty of videos on YouTube that tells you how to do it, because with a leaf spring suspension you have to give it like 1 to 3 degrees drop, because when you put weight on the leaf springs, the front of the rear end will tip up. So you want it tipped up at the right angle at full ride height. So there it is, guys. I have told you where to get the screws. I have told you how to rebuild those hinges. Save yourself $200 and some, because I know they're expensive to get those new hinge kits. I rebuilt my hinges, and I've got let's say 10. I've got less than $30 in them, and they want that for shipping on one of those brand new door hinge kits. All right, guys, have fun, be safe. Later.